Good morning. I'm Kate Gallego, the mayor of the city of Phoenix. I'm excited to announce that the Phoenix City Council has approved $51.1 million in rental assistance. We want to help the families of Phoenix who have been impacted by COVID-19 make it through difficult financial challenges. We know that so many people in our community have really struggled with the basics, including paying for their rent. This $51 million will go a long way to help our families stay in their homes. It can be used for up to 15 months of rental assistance. This is not the first time the city of Phoenix has stepped up and gotten involved in rental assistance. We have already dedicated $29 million and have helped 5,700 families in our earlier round of assistance for rental and mortgage assistance. This new program is in partnership with the federal government, and we deeply appreciate their support of Phoenix families. Among the people who have been impacted is a mom who is a restaurant worker and who really struggled to pay rent when she lost her household. Among the people who are impacted is a mom who works in the restaurant industry who lost her job during COVID-19 and cared so deeply about making sure her kids did not have to worry about the roof over their heads. The new emergency rental assistance will help eligible residents receive up to 15 months of help and can include past due rent. Utility assistance can help with current and past due amounts for residential water, gas, and electricity. In the first 3 weeks this program has existed, 100 households have already received financial help with rent and utilities. $800,000 of the $51.1 million has been dispersed both through the City of Phoenix directly and through our partners. The nonprofit agency Wildfire, led by Executive Director Cynthia Zwick, is our key partner in this. She is partnering with many nonprofits that have specialized expertise in reaching out to our families. We want to make sure that we help populations that may have a hard time navigating government programs such as our refugee community, parents, people with medical challenges. And our nonprofit partners will be out in the community trying to make sure this help is accessible. Our city of employees have also stepped up in a big way. They are passionate about helping the community get through this, and I am grateful to them. We will next welcome our city's Human Service Director, Marchelle Franklin, who has worked so hard to help the city support our residents during this difficult time, and she is joined by Executive Director Cynthia Zwick, who will also update you on the program.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Gallego. As she mentioned, of the $51 million, the Phoenix Human Services Department received $26.1 million, and our partner, Wildfire Arizona, received $25 million. And we both will be delivering these much-needed services to residents in our city. In order to apply for the emergency rental assistance funds, a family of four must earn less than $63,200 per year under the guidelines issued by the Treasury Department, and must have, and this is critical, a sustained reduction in household income due to COVID-19. Priority will be given to households whose income is at or below $39,500 for a family of four and have been out of work for more than 90 days prior to applying for assistance. As Mayor Gallego mentioned, financial needs must be between March 2020 and December 2021. Payments can be for up to 12 months of assistance with rental and utility arrears, and up to 3 months for future rent or utility credits. Covered utilities are our electric, gas, and city water bill, which is your trash and your sewer. This program is different than ones in the past in that it does not cover mortgage payments. However, under this particular program, the landlord of a tenant may apply on behalf of the tenant with the renter's permission and, most importantly, an agreement not to evict for 30 days post-payment of the last rental month. There are two ways, as I mentioned, to be able to apply, both residents and landlords. The first one is you can call 602-534-AIDE That's 602-534-2433. And our residents and landlords can apply by phone beginning each Monday at 8 a.m. There is a significant call volume on Monday because of the need to schedule an appointment by phone. So if for some reason you are not successful in getting through, please call throughout the week or call the following Monday. The other way that you can apply online is via our partners' Wildfires portal. This process will allow you to complete an online application, and one of Wildfire's partner agencies will follow up with you to schedule an appointment. And our goal really was to ensure that our residents who are in need have two different ways, as some may be more comfortable applying by phone and others may be more comfortable applying through a portal. And finally, you may learn more about the City of Phoenix Emergency Rental Assistance Program at Phoenix.gov/rent help. That's PHOENIX.gov/RENTHELP. And now my partner, Cynthia Zwick, Executive Director with Wildfire, will come and bring additional comments. Thank you, Cynthia.
I want to thank Mayor Gallego and Marchelle and the City of Phoenix for this opportunity. We are really honored to be able to serve families throughout the city with this program. And I want to recognize the organizations that we're working with on a regular basis in order to provide these services. Groups like the City of Phoenix staff, St. Vincent de Paul, Pilgrim Rest Foundation, Foundation for Senior Living, AIRS, Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest, Rice, NOAA, Tanner Community Development, and Trellis are all key partners. We do have a couple of others that will be joining us in a few days. This program is helping families from many different backgrounds and experiences, refugees, seniors, families who are struggling. And the staff at these organizations have the expertise, the compassion, the relationships in their communities that make them trusted partners who can provide the support. Like the gentleman from Burma who spent 14 years in a refugee camp in Malaysia, came to Phoenix, worked cleaning cars, lost his job due to COVID, was helped with Rice, and is currently able to stay in his apartment. There's also a person who had a part-time job and was getting treated for cancer. He was a senior living on a fixed income. When COVID hit, he lost his extra support work, and as a result had to apply for assistance. He got the help he needed. He was able to stay housed while he continued to receive treatment. And then a young couple was employed as a result of the pandemic job loss, unemployed as a result of the job losses, and were expecting their first baby. They had no income. They had applied for rental assistance in several places without getting a response. They then came to Wildfire, and their landlord filed a motion to contest the CDC declaration challenging the couple's eviction protection under the CDC moratorium. CLS, Community Legal Services, reached out to us for status of the application. We found out that there was some documentation missing, so CLS staff helped this individual apply, or this family apply, and were able to stay the contested CDC eviction, and were able to stay in their homes. Prospectively, the eviction courts are now instructed to continue eviction hearings and not enter eviction judgments that are harmful to tenants. So we're serving people day to day, and we're also impacting the system that serves these families. The portal we've developed at Wildfire is intended to make this application process efficient and easy, and it will provide basic information. It'll ask for basic information when an applicant comes into the system. It will determine right off the bat whether they're preliminarily eligible, and will then ask them a series of questions to help them apply and receive the assistance they need. Ultimately, the agencies that we're partnering with make the decision about eligibility and the level of support that the family is eligible to receive. They can also reach out to the agencies, but we ask that people go through the portal first, through the website that Marchelle shared. So I just want to thank the mayor for this opportunity again, thank Marchelle and the city staff and all of our partners, many of whom are here today actually, for the work that they're doing to serve families in Arizona and specifically in Phoenix. Thank you.